everybody. Tony and Mel in the hot sun again. I turn the hot sun now. Yep. Everybody, how your week went? We're gonna have a great show today, Melanie.
Yes, very interesting topic, I'd say.
I have a interesting program today, but guess what?
What?
The Duchess and Duchess of whatever
Mm-hmm.
here.
The Duke and Dutch. Well, they're now
In
on
Freeport.
another island, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but guess what?
Between Abaco and Freeport, I
But
think.
guess what?
Mm-hmm.
All this hullabaloo talk about um,
All the pomp and pageantry.
yeah, and all this talk about how we worshiping this queen and this and that and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? The Hammons will leave the queen and worship the people of America.
Because we always have to have someone to
Yeah.
worship.
So we say get rid of the
I
queen,
rather I
but
rather
but
the
we
Dutch,
but, but we
Dutch
accept
and Duke, what
right.
the Duke and
That's just
Duchess,
stop.
rather than following the Kardashians.
Yeah,
What's the big
yeah.
deal?
But the point I'm making is that they're making all this big hullabaloo. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They will they wouldn't like to be under the British, but they won't be under the Americans. What kind of thing? We mix up like
We
salad.
need to get out from underneath everybody and go
Anyway,
to our African heritage.
our show is not based on politics and politics. Our show is based on the real relationship. We can stick with that. And yesterday it rained and so beautiful today.
Okay.
God is good, eh?
All the time.
I telling you what, a beautiful day is made for us to sit here and have this show. And you know what I like about this?
What?
You find that we have the naysayers,
Mm-hmm.
we have the home wreckers,
Mm-hmm.
the home planners.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got something to say.
Well, that's
But
good.
in the Bahamas,
Uh-huh.
nobody like to do. Everybody will be behind the scene, criticize. I got a whole the generation coming. We
Mm-hmm.
got a generation coming.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is complain, 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 and don't do nothing.
Really?
Yeah, they too smart for their own good,
Okay.
right? So what we have a bunch of smart children around here,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bible speak about what?
Wiser but weaker?
And they weak, weak, weak.
Okay.
I put in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You let them have a relationship, and the woman or the man say don't love you no more, or tell
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
they hurt. They won't kill. They around here and shoot up everybody. Woman won't break up. You see the woman will break up man car. Woman getting so smart now they taking water bottle and throw in that car. What's the way drink some out them too?
Water bottle.
Yeah, when they drinking the water and you make them mad,
Mm-hmm.
they throw the water bottle. So you can break up the car with the water bottle. Woman, that ain't good, you know.
Okay.
So,
Hi, Audrey. It's so good to see
hey
you.
Audrey, hey sweetie pie, good to see you, baby. You here and I here. God is good. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Missed you over the last couple
Yeah, yeah,
weeks.
little bit. But children so weak. I don't know what's wrong with them.
But you just quote the scriptures. I think the scriptures are on point in terms of them being wiser but weaker.
Yeah, and then we have this other crew who are having issues, relationship issues,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't handle it. They dig in the grave, dig in their own grave,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they get in the grave, they want somebody else to
Pull them out.
pull them out to go. No, I won't go in here.
Ain't ready. They do
No,
it
I won't die now.
hard mode until
Mm.
the time come, right?
Yeah, and these relationships we got around here, boy, is amazing. And some of the pastors putting these people in hell too, you know.
Audrey says she right there.
Yeah. So they say, some of the pastors, what they say now? Prophesied. I
Okay.
prophesied that me and you should be married tomorrow. Oh, I know your wife. Me and you come to two. Me and you, two different people come to the church to worship or the whatever.
Mm.
The pastor trying to matchmaker.
Well,
What do you mean, Clyde Road? What are you Clyde Road for? Talk to me now.
I reserve my comment, but you seem to not have any faith in prophets. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, to be a prophet, there's certain things have to line up, right?
That's true.
All right. First thing is that you got to be one wife.
Well, that's according to the White Man Bible.
Yeah, the white man Bible. You gotta have one wife. Yeah, and you gotta have and you gotta be have other ministers under you,
Okay.
and then
So you're talking about a prophet or bishop now?
bishop and the prophet, all them.
Okay, because
See,
you know there are
see,
different.
yeah, because you walking or you preaching in the church, you giving the word. Everybody prophesying, not just the bishop. Everybody.
Mm. Well, if I guess if that's the way that God communicates with man, then we all are
But
connected
let
to
me
Him. So
preach.
therefore,
Let me
we all
preach today.
should
Since
be
you want me
able
to
to.
preach,
No, I want you to preach.
well,
Let's.
because this is our topic. The same our topic. The Apostle Paul. Everybody like to quote the Apostle Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Apostle Paul, if I remember, was a man of vision.
He is a man who had a vision.
Okay. So he had a one vision, right?
Well, he had a few.
Okay,
His conversion was a vision,
vision.
and then the oh no, that was Peter on the
Peter, that's Peter.
rooftop.
But
But I'm
he had
sure
one
he had
vision.
more
Yeah.
than one. I'm
So
sure he had
his
more than one.
so hold on now. Let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
I stick with me. There's a few things had to line up before you prophesied. Because when you prophesy, got to be somebody to prove it. Got to be first of all.
Yeah, but then I mean that
But see,
proof don't have to be immediate, you know. It
but
could be God and have no time restrictions.
I gonna put this in a relationship. I'm bringing it back to relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can put this right in perspective. So let's say I am the bishop.
Mm-hmm.
I prophesy that you will marry homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Then a couple things have to line up. Even though I speak it with my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
prophetic word,
Mm-hmm.
it has to line up. Somebody else has to be seconded to approve it.
But guess
No,
what?
but hold on, hold on. I don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't lose my trend. And then the key. See, this is where people make the big
Mm-hmm.
mistake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God have to tell you.
Ah.
See, you have to know it. You have to be the one who to prove it.
So
So
the others are only confirming because God have to tell you.
exactly.
And if God ain't tell you, then don't listen to nobody,
But
right?
there you go. There you go. Now you got it. That's where I go with this conversation. So a lot of times, people are being duped and fooled because they even hear from God.
Because
They listen to the
coming to
man.
the apostle Paul,
Yeah, there you
what
go.
he say? They got itchy
Yes.
ears.
I tell you that I come with Paul. You like talk with Paul, we can talk with Paul.
No, I mean, Paul is a very interesting character
Mm,
and one that I guess is considered reliable because of his experience.
mm.
Before he became an apostle, he was a persecutor of the believers.
There you go. Now, let's get this thing. Let's keep this thing right so we can roll.
Mhm.
We talking about
Mhm.
relationship.
Mhm.
So you have to have itchy ears. That's what you talk about, right? Paul talk about itchy ears.
Mhm.
That's the problem. A lot of people have itchy ears. A lot of people has
They seeking a word
yeah, because
and they go anywhere to find it.
of what they put in their mind. My time clock is going. I need a man. What's this now? So they then put that itchy. That's the itchy ear. So they were listening for this. So they went to church, tried to hear
What already in their
what in
mind.
their mind.
Mhm.
Then on top of that, I can't do this alone. I bringing these child up in this house. I need a man. Then,
Okay.
then watch it. I got my son. I really is a woman. I
Mhm.
can't bring up a man. See, all these itchy ass stuff. So when you go to the church, the bishop or the prophet, he ain't really speaking to you, but you hear it because you're in the congregation.
And that's what you want to hear?
And that's where you come. And then you pray to God before you come here. You
Mhm.
say, God, I want this man with this muscle who go to the gym, he this and that. And they want this man with all this money because I want to see Disney World and I want to go to Europe and I don't like this car driving. You're lazy. You're lazy. So I talk about a woman now. Lazy. So if you lazy and you don't want to wake and you want this man to come in your life who rich and who could do this,
Mhm.
you can pick up garbage.
Okay.
Most time you can pick up garbage.
Okay.
You looking for pain. So we're talking about a relationship. We're going back to our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
And freedom.
I just put in biblical side as well. And then most of the women today always talking about that. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to them. You can tell the truth, yeah. But tell the truth, they really want to work. Old school women like you will work. But most women today ain't want to work. They all of a sudden we got this
But then
country
Tony.
going.
Let's qualify work because a
How
woman
you qualify work?
you have to because
By the sweat of your hands, you
yes,
eat bread. That's all the work
okay,
I want, right?
okay.
I ain't got no other work.
So the sweat of a woman's brow could be in the home, taking care of the children, preparing the home, preparing the meals, all these other
That
sorts of
is
things.
where the foolishness begins.
That's
See,
not foolishness.
biblical, biblical
Mm-hmm.
say
So
that
did
in the
Sarah go out to work?
but that's in
Did
the olden days. We
but
talk
this
on
is
modern
still
days.
but modern days is what have us all messed up right
No,
now.
that's what have the world. Women have the world
No,
messed
no,
up.
no, no, no.
When the woman
See?
decided to go to
Why
work,
tell me what oh,
hold on. When the
okay.
woman decided to go to work,
Uh-huh.
the economic power, they wanted power. Women still fighting for power. Power,
But you know,
rights. Women still fighting power.
women are literally pawns in the hands of a patriarchal society. Remember, women always worked, if you know the history of all the wars and stuff, it was the wars that pulled the women
I
out of the home.
I don't want you to distract me down that road.
No, but I want you to know women didn't choose to do what they
Women
do.
choose to work.
The
Woman
society
could have stayed in the home
and do what? And
and
Hannah children
kiss up on
starve?
kiss. What do you mean children side? You could kiss up under me, and I would bring the bread home
You
and feed her.
talking present day, that's what you would do.
No,
Even today, in our society
you all
today, a
want
lot
right
of men are not are not
because a woman
fulfilling their
they can't
responsibilities.
because a woman
No,
don't
they
want
have an exchange. It's like if I can't control you, I can't feed you.
which is
Freedom.
which is hold
Freedom.
on which is true. I agree with you. I can't. Most
If I
men
can't
don't want.
control
Yeah,
you, I ain't taking care of you
not really
and your
control.
children.
Not really control.
Control.
No,
That's the word. Don't
what it
use it
is,
now, softer.
if you don't want to be
Controlled.
no, if you don't want to be a disciplined woman in the house,
Ah, oh, the pretty word is disciplined. You don't want to
it's
be
not pretty.
disciplined.
It's facts.
No, it ain't a fact because
See,
guess what? Guess what? Let's bring this freedom from the basic, from the foundation. Who grant a man freedom and who grant a woman freedom?
I don't know. You tell me.
God, the creator.
Okay, if God brought us freedom, go to
He
work,
gave us
or He
freedom.
give us freedom,
Hmm.
because but Jesus, He gone and He left, and He left me and you to have our freedom, right? We do what we want to do, right?
He made us free
Yeah,
too.
but he wanted to make a choice. That's why he left and gone.
God
Okay,
gave us the
and
choice
he gone,
long before
and
Jesus
he said,
came.
yeah, and he said, I leave y'all so y'all can make decisions. You make a decision to marry me. You then become my wife. The Bible tell you, you we become one. Bible ain't tell you must be by yourself and go your way
Okay,
and
so if
dictate to
we
me.
so
So hold on.
so if we become one, that means I over here, you over there, we come together. So it ain't all about you because a part of the one is still me.
You know that's what screwed up. That's where I go with my conversation today.
A
In
part
relationship,
of it
you know this is
is
where I going?
still me.
I'm glad you go there. But now, let me tell you where I'm going with this conversation. This is
Mhm.
our conversation today. Relationship,
Mhm.
behavior, relationship. What's
And
it?
freedom.
And freedom.
Mhm.
Now, watch this. That is the problem today. That same old biblical teaching.
No, it's not a problem. It's how we apply it. That's the problem.
Most time is
The
miss.
teaching is not the problem, it's the application.
Most time is the teaching from the mode of these.
Others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the
So
Bible.
basically,
Mm.
you are following the interpretation of the middleman.
Yeah, and that's where we
But
get screwed up. Now, let me tell you what.
it
Let me
come
tell you.
right back to what you said earlier,
Yeah, let me.
about the prophet and
Yeah,
God speaking to
yeah.
you, but you listening to somebody else.
Exactly. And so, but God will speak to you direct voice.
Exactly.
He tell you, listen. He
And so,
he opened the door. See, he opened the door
mhm,
for. I say it like how my sisters would say. He opened the door for the Holy Spirit
to come in.
to convict you. That's their way of how they break it down in the biblical terms. Right now, let me tell you what. Let's go back to our conversation. When we become one,
Mhm.
that same conversation
Mhm.
is tearing a lot of people
Why?
because it's take out of context. Because relationship. See, I can teach today. I gone back on my teaching skill because this I stray for a couple of weeks. I gone back and teach. When you have two people become one, that's what we say in Bible
Mhm.
terms.
Mhm.
That's misconstrued a lot of time because for you to have a successful relationship, you have to have your individual self.
Yes.
A lot of people, because they get married, they lost themselves because men somehow control their life from that point on. Don't you?
Control who life?
The woman life. Sometimes the woman dictate the man life. It depends on who more aggressive. Most cases, the man. Let's stay right in this here because I want to break this down because it's deep.
Mhm.
So when you have in a relationship or marriage, one of the partners in the relationship lose their whole life.
Which shouldn't be.
Which what normally happen because you wants to give most times it's woman. She wants to give herself to be the servant of this man.
Mhm.
So she will do everything in her power to make sure this work. Okay.
Whilst
Whilst the man,
receiving
yeah, because he become
all
the
the goodness,
yeah because he become the king, because the way you treat him,
like a king.
yeah, like a king.
Mhm.
But what happened to most men? Success is their problem. They can't handle success. So the minute they find a woman who is a real woman
Mhm.
who understands the purpose
Mhm.
of being a wife, a good girlfriend. It's like we then take advantage of that because what the first thing we do is take away majority of our privileges and rights. Now let me explain that.
Well, it seems as if she might have given them away.
Okay, but
But not
but she
on
give
the
it.
premise that it is accepted.
Yeah, most times she give it away,
Hmm.
and when she give it away because she
She expected to be
return right
reciprocated. Yes,
return in a
yes,
different way.
yes.
But most men, if you give,
The
they
more you give,
the more they take, and the more they take, and then what happens?
and they take and take until they take your entire
Men are
life
very
away. Possessive.
controlling with power. They love dictatorship
Hmm.
because if you give a man some power, he can turn it into something different. See, and love in the relationship makes one of the party weak and one strong. To have a good
Mm.
relationship is no 100 and 100. Don't ever be 100%. Somebody have to give more and the other for the relationship to work because if everybody too strong, you ain't have a good relationship because there always can be turmoil and fights.
Well, the thing
You know,
about that is that's one of the powerful benefits of a relationship. But the thing is, I may have a strong personality, but you may have strong skills. So the balance is still kind of possible because it is about learning what are the strengths of the individual because I may bring good communication. You may bring good builder skills. I, on the other hand, may bring management of the money. You, on the other hand, might bring um, the fun
Right.
of creating a nice atmosphere in the home. So you see, the balance is there, and it's for the parties to recognize the strengths and not condemn the weakness,
But see,
because that's where a lot of problem are. It's like, oh, you can't do this, and you can't do that, but we're not supposed to be able to do everything.
but see, women.
Mhm.
Now I ain't knocking you there. I just been putting it on the table.
Mhm.
Women has this thing in their head
Mhm.
that they could find a perfect. They could make a perfect relationship.
Men don't have that.
No,
Men don't have that.
no. Men don't.
Well, I
Men never want a
agree.
perfect relationship.
I agree
Because if
that
you're looking for a perfect relationship, you want see men don't give.
that's where heartbreak comes
Yeah,
in. Your
men don't give
expectations are unrealistic.
himself 100% to a woman
Why is that?
because men has this image to
Uphold.
yeah.
Okay.
I
So
am
so what's
the
the reserve? How much does he hold from giving? How much?
most times be 30% he holds at 30%.
Okay, so he gives his 70%
Yeah,
of himself.
he's gonna give so far, but then he's gonna
And
pull
then the
back.
woman is given the 130.
The woman does it all the time because the woman has this thing in her head that oh we're gonna move to this land where everything's sugar and honey and the flowers everywhere and all that this kind of and crystal ball. Mm.
Emotions. Yeah, we're
And she have
driven
all
by
she have
emotions.
all of this.
All the pretty stuff and all the
Yeah,
tingly
yeah.
things that make you feel
And see
good.
and see breaking breaking down relationship.
Hmm.
It's a serious thing. When a woman give herself, she increases. She increases her gift.
Okay.
Increases her gift. If if you tap into her psyche, the next day she will give you a go out and find crawfish. So every time you tap into her
She gives
psyche,
more
she give more
and better.
and 10 times. But a man,
Hmm.
he is so self-centered most times,
Hmm.
full of himself. Well, he's man. He don't want the soft side. See, but I don't just mean the food and plate. You know what I mean? To talk about woman. He don't want to give the soft side. What he will do, he will give gifts,
Okay.
but he'll never give himself. See, that's the key. He will give gifts. He will give money with his gifts. He will buy you same thing. He will build things, but he never himself is where he holds back. Now I know that's shocking you here. You try to figure that
No,
one out.
no, no,
You
no,
try
no,
to.
no. I'm
Well, I wonder
laughing.
that's true.
It is
It is
true. It
true.
is true.
See a lot.
And you know what went across my mind?
Mm, go ahead.
Oh, Lord of mercy. I was like, oh, you all learn from Samson?
But see,
You all learn from
see,
Samson. The story of Samson
yeah,
said, never tell a woman your secrets.
yeah, never. Yeah,
But you are right about that. Men do not. And that is why this thing about emotional
that's a
intelligence
woman thing.
is, but it's important for a man to have a little of it, because that is what makes the relationship
We has it.
so much. You all have
We
it,
have it when we
but you
ready.
all hold
Yeah,
back on it.
we
It is there.
yeah
It's a part of
we
your
have it, but we
natural
show it
makeup.
when we want something. If
Okay.
we want to go to bed with you, we
Mm-hmm.
show some of that.
Yes.
And then what we do,
Yes.
see, that's the story. The storyline.
You're crazy.
But
But
woman has
imagine, yeah.
woman has deep thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They go deep.
Mm-hmm.
Man have safest thoughts.
And you know,
My
and you know,
safest thought is this: I won't get in your pants. That's the
and
safest.
the
Because
secret.
wait, hold on, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I won't get in your pants. Watch this now.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I won't get watch this now.
You're getting a little soft.
Yeah, because I won't get in your pants.
Uh-huh.
But guess what happened?
Mm-hmm.
You so fool, you thinking that this woman don't want to take your pants. 2 to 1, the woman don't want to take your pants. She done thought that process.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he want long time. So she done make up her mind. I give it to him. Not a problem. But what happens because he's so self-centered, he missed that. So he give a little now
Mm-hmm.
to get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So he won't get in your pants, but he didn't know your pants was open
All along.
all along.
Because
Mm.
because of what? Would cause them to miss it.
Because he wouldn't. He's so self-centered,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so not even paying attention because.
And do you know
Mm-hmm.
that that is one of the reasons why women hold out, because she wants your attention,
Yeah, she.
and the only way to get your attention is to hold out.
Yeah,
Then you'll start complaining, grumbling, and saying
woman
who do it wrong as
would do
well.
that, and the
Yes.
woman most times see woman so emotional with everything. They gotta they just can't be spontaneous. It's gotta be a calculation. But man is not like that. So this is where the confusion comes in the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And this
Mm-hmm.
is why relationships have so many problems. Now let me shock you with something.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope a lot of people listening. Every 5 years, your relationship change.
Is it really takes whole 5 years?
That's when real changes make.
Okay.
It gradually changes, but when you make real changes every 5 years,
The noticeable
yeah,
change.
because it is very difficult for two individuals who come from two different backgrounds to become
Who basically is on a continuous
continuous, right?
journey,
So,
and we are traveling two
yeah,
parallel
yeah,
roads, but they're not identical.
not identical.
No.
And so every 5 years, the shift comes in a
Right.
relationship. And when that shift comes, most times that's where the breakup comes.
And that is why, coming right back to where we talk about how men are have the emotion but they hold out on it, it is very, very important that you remain present,
Yeah.
meaning that you are in tune with your partner, so that when these little shifts before the big noticeable shift, you are basically able to take small steps to haul him or haul her back in, because we take too much for granted. Men take too much for granted, but women take it for granted too. So yes, we need smoothness in our life, but it's the little turbulence that keeps us and bring us back into
And the
focus.
reason why men, and the reason why men always get catch when they step out.
Mm-hmm.
And I put this together so you can add this. This would be source. You
Mm-hmm.
could put this in any book. This
Mm-hmm.
is real. A man, the minute he find a woman, he's off course.
Yeah.
And a smart woman sit down and she watched it. She can tell when a man off course.
Mm-hmm.
Because a man, when he steps out of a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and is a new person, he very happy because that's the 5 year shift. He
Mm-hmm.
been with you for 5 years now. He feels that you not meeting his criteria.
Fancy,
Yeah.
you're not keeping
So
them, you're
right.
keeping them focused.
So he then, if he used to come home at 8,
Mm-hmm.
he now come home at 9.
Or 8:30.
Yeah. And
Or it
then
slowly shifts.
and then one of the major signs is
Mm-hmm.
when he come home, he miserable.
Mm.
He,
So
he
he kind of creates a distraction.
yeah. And then the key. This is how woman is known.
Mm-hmm.
The key is this: he don't touch you as much
Mm.
as he used to because he touching something else. And because this thing he's touching more is
Respond.
new, is more
It's
exciting.
new.
Right.
It's responsive. It's receptive. It's exciting.
Exactly. And it's got the what? The beginning, itchy, air.
Okay.
Paul talk about this. We're going back to that. Right, keep it on that.
Let's just say hi to Beryl who joined us.
Hey
Hi,
Beryl.
Beryl. It's good to
Hey
see you.
Beryl, I love you. I'm glad you're there. Who is this giving all this purple hat? Who that is? Let me see who you.
That's Audrey.
Audrey, what you said? Nah, all this purple hat. Right. Um, and oh my. And like I say, when they give us itchy air, they give us itchy air,
Mm-hmm.
and with this itchy air, yeah, they can hear everything,
Mm-hmm.
every and anything. So they row at everything, everything they row at.
Who routed? The
The man,
wife?
the man.
Oh, the man. Oh,
See,
okay.
he
So
has.
he's creating for himself the space that he needs in order to continue with whatever is going on the outside.
But
But
he don't understand something.
what doesn't he understand?
Women are very calculated.
No, they're very smart,
No, no,
observant.
no, they ain't smart. They're very calculated. Because if a woman was smart, her
Mm-hmm.
husband would never step on the first feet.
I wouldn't say that.
No, no, no,
Some women,
no, 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 no,
some
no, no,
women,
no.
no matter what
I can
a
beat you
woman
up a day
do,
on that now.
some men
I can
will
bring you back
still
to reality.
step out.
But let's don't lose our focus. So
But
bring back
I,
around.
I wanna bring this in now in terms of I wanna go back
Yeah, we're going
to
back
the
here.
control
Yeah.
factor that men are, because what I find is that when you try to control someone, you remove the joy out of a relationship. And why I say that is because God has given us freedom. So when you now try to lock me in, try to clamp me down,
Mm.
my joy is gone.
Who you blame for that?
I blame you.
No, no, you can't blame me.
Why not?
See, in life, if you mean you have this relationship,
Hmm.
you from the beginning give yourself to me like
But
use the egg on the
if
plate.
I didn't give myself to you, you'd go and find somebody else
Yeah,
to give themselves to
but
you
you
like the
create
egg.
this monster.
But that's not a monster.
No,
That is the way the relationship is supposed to be.
no, you
You're
know.
supposed to give, and I'm supposed to give,
Yeah, but you
and
never
we
test the
both
beast.
receive.
You never test the beast.
So what is it that you're saying?
What I'm saying to you, before you give yourself to me, you're supposed to test the beast. You
What does
supposed.
that mean?
Let me explain. When you make yourself submissive and subservient to me, you're supposed to know this man that I'm giving myself to
It's
is a man
deserving.
who, first of all, mature,
Mm-hmm.
great sense of understanding,
Mm-hmm.
know the direction he's going to take you in,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to be loving and caring of every post. Now,
So,
now,
so, 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 let me ask the question.
ask me.
When I examine you
Mhm.
and find that there's a yes to all of those things that you have listed, but you're still trying to lock me down, what is the problem?
The problem, if that occur,
Mm-hmm.
that person is not genuine. That's a person who's put in the front. A man who's going to take a woman from wherever she's at,
Mm-hmm.
his job should be to improve her.
Yes.
And
And that does not include taking away
her,
her
no,
existence as he met her.
right.
Because in that way, then you are literally taking away her freedom.
But see, the problem relationship and marriage has is that when these men take away these women, I call it rights.
Mm-hmm.
Women become dummies. Now, when I mean dummies, not
But
Just that
one
means
thing about taking away the freedom of another individual, you know that someone can take away your freedom and you feel so comfortable that you don't even realize that that's what they're doing.
every day.
And then you have others that do it through the process of intimidation.
Yeah.
Now, those types are the ones where maybe the woman comes to realize it more rapidly because he is aggressive, he is uncaring, he's abusive, he doesn't really make her feel the way she felt when he met her.
Most women who get abused,
Hmm.
it started small,
It does.
and that's what happened when they give themselves up. And it happens that most times the women who are vulnerable always the one get abused because they look needy, they act needy. They, see when you ask a man for money,
Hmm.
it tells me that I could play with you. And the reason it tells me I can play with you, because if you ask me for money, that means either you ain't got enough money to take
Hmm.
care of yourself, or
Or
you you just a greedy woman. And so what I can do, I'm gonna give you to
hmm.
see what really is going on with you.
So he's doing his assessment.
Yes, but women don't do the assessment. That's what I'm talking. Most women fall in love because of things.
Okay. Well, Beryl says that a man locks you down because he wants to go outside the box.
Yes, and I agree with you. And Beryl, you see these women who look needy and vulnerable, and in relationship, they say they happy. They tell you, I happy. I got a good man. He takes care of me. He this and that. He did. But when you ask them, could they go out without telling the man? And you know what they'll say? Well, child, I have to tell him because it's something like respect. But you know what it is, Beryl? They're in a relationship that they even scared to open their mouth. Behind closed door, these men has taken away all their rights. They ain't got no rights. They can't even go to the store without telling the man they're going. And when you see Bahamian man, especially when they give Bahamian woman money, they believe they own.
But Tony, let me
Mm-hmm.
present another
Presented,
side
and I can beat you up on that.
because you have the man who is providing and controlling,
Mm.
but you have other men who control and don't give, and they take what the woman have and control that too.
Because the nature of man, they will
And the
they
soft nature
yeah,
of
a
the
woman,
woman.
and too many women in the Bahamas especially gives and gets nothing. They give their front, they give them in cases they give them money
Mhm.
because some of these guys ain't working.
Mhm.
They give all their attention, and they still
Time and attention.
get treated like.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the reason, and let me tell you what it is. It's a very crafty thing that Bahamian parents, mothers,
Ah.
train these kids, these women, this certain way.
Not only that, they observe the
Yeah,
same thing
yeah.
happening to their
So
mothers.
see, see, the Christian background is you don't leave because God put you together, and so you
Till death
must,
us do
yeah.
part.
So you gonna be very unhappy
Mhm.
until God break you apart. That so you die a lonely death. People are dying lonely deaths.
Not only that, Tony, let's go even just backtrack before they come to the point of death. you realize the effect of stress on the human body. And think about it. Think about our health profile in this country. One out of, is it three? Is it seven persons out of every 10
Yeah.
have either diabetes,
Yeah.
high
Definitely.
blood pressure, or both?
Mhm.
What does that say about the stress level in our country? I have heard about women who are in severely deprived marriages that their health is so badly affected by it, but they will not seek to improve
You
themselves.
can't see. We built on a Christian nation, and when you built on a Christian nation, it is it goes where you goes to church, you go together,
Mm-hmm.
you look good couple, you dress well, you this that,
Mm-hmm.
you put a little $10 in church, everything looks good.
On the outside.
Yeah, and you cannot because you most Bahamian live for somebody else. They don't live for themselves. Most women who marry Bahamian men
Mm-hmm.
don't have their individual life because the man tell them, well, the man say, well, you know, she wouldn't come out the house and let me know, or what you doing here? Why you can't be? See, go back to this. We must, as human beings, we must find a way to live your life and live abundantly. The Bible tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
When you start living other people's lives,
You're dying.
you are dying. See,
Mm-hmm. You're dying.
and it goes right down to because you go to the church, the Baptist church,
Mm-hmm.
I go to the Catholic church. When you marry me, you got to go to my church because the Bible say you. Danny,
The
what the Bible
man is the
say?
head.
Yeah, the Bible say you had. But if you go in a church which can send you down to hell, you go in here because the man there.
But the thing is,
Most times these churches,
mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be the one to knock churches, but most times these churches, the priest, bishop, pastor, God leave them long time. And so all you doing is formality. You're doing the pastor's vision, not God's vision. The pastor wants to build out on a piece of part of the church. He tells you that's God. God wants us to build a big church so we can have funerals and weddings and this and that. God ain't see, see, I don't want to knock,
So
I don't go that road.
freedom, the freedom
But
again begins in the mind,
and
and we give our freedom over
I
to others.
has to come today because I have a lot of people that's beat me up with the same thing, and they always say, "Man, Mr. Williams, you gotta take this on," and I try to take it on. Relationship. When you get married, it doesn't mean that your whole life ended
No.
and you take on this other life.
Actually, it's a new beginning. The difference is you're walking and you're sharing your
Right.
experience with someone that is supposed to be your friend, your lover, your companion, your protector. And it goes both ways. A woman should protect a man.
But you know,
Whatever a man does for a woman should be able to do the same
but you know
thing
what
for the
man complain
man.
about?
What the man
I
complain
sit down
about.
and talk a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now every time they come five, six, I in the building and five,
Mm-hmm.
six come.
Mm-hmm.
You know one they complain now is that they afraid that when they were courting,
Mm-hmm.
they could say to their wives and girlfriend, and before the 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
to come home at lunchtime
Okay.
and he could cook
Mm-hmm.
and they'll have a good
Share
time
some time
and then go back to
together.
lunch. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Now you can't. Now everybody all of a sudden get busy.
that's because the love is gone. And that's why I say you have to stay
There you
present.
go.
You have to stay in tune with the person that you're taking this journey with. Marriage is a journey, it's not a ceremony. And after that, you two, it's not a prison.
And if you don't
It's
shift,
not a
if
prison.
the 5 year shift, if you don't shift for that 5 year, you will have turmoil.
Yeah. So it means then that you have to stay alert and in tune and connected during that 5 year period. And Beryl says that freedom is a must.
Oh yeah,
Freedom is a
but
must. But we, and I know we women do it, right? Um, Even as we are courting, it's like we cut off our friends, we cut off our family. The
there you
man
go,
ain't do it,
there you
we
go.
do it.
And then the bad side of y'all is this: after 5 years, then y'all want
Won't go
to go
back
back.
out there.
You
But
see,
then
you done
you
fake.
should have continued with it.
That's when I talk about the 5 year problem right there.
Hmm.
You now decided that this ain't me.
Right.
I am so unhappy.
Yeah.
I want to do this, and now it's a problem because it you gotta yourself start showing up,
Hmm.
and too much relationship go through this, and most people stay in it, try to fight it,
Hmm.
but it's gone. The relationship has shifted, and it's gone.
So in essence, the solution is whatever you were doing before you met Joe, Jerry, Terry, or Teresa, continue to do it.
Hmm.
Take your life's journey. You're just continuing your, it's like a merging, you come off a highway and you onto a single road.
Yeah,
You just continue in your path.
because
And and especially during the dating time, because if you used to sit and knit or go outdoors and play tennis or go to the movie once a month, because you now meet this girl or this guy, you stop doing all these things because now it's all about him or it's all about her. So, what about family? What about friends? You cut them all off, right? No. Wherever you were when your road merged, now it becomes a
mm,
two-way
I,
thing. One day we go with your friends, the next day
mm,
one day you go alone next, and that day I go alone, and we come back together again and we continue our life. But
see, some of
giving
us
up our freedom,
is a
giving
serious thing
and taking away the freedom of the other
because it
individual
grows.
too.
Because if you take away somebody's freedom, after a while, they believe that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
It become
Yes.
a part of
Yes.
it.
And so when the boredom sits in now,
Hmm.
you begin to blame.
Yeah, blame.
And nobody took it, you gave it. You
And if you
gave it.
and if you see what is going on with this relationship thing, you know you don't like you like big woman with big bungie.
Hmm.
Why you got the slim girl in your house?
Slim girl catch you off guarding.
Yeah. So now the 5 year switch. When that switch, you going back to what you like and what you know. You know how to handle this big bungie.
Mm,
You know how to handle this big night. You looking for this nice, but or you like white girls. You like black girls. How you hell you get with this? See, it's a problem. And what you doing is dragging the woman along or the man along down
yeah,
the road,
yeah.
and it's so
Knowing
much
that you're not comfortable.
pain and hurt, and it
Hmm.
happens. And so what we gotta do, we gotta stop
Be
playing
honest.
games.
Be honest.
There's so many
To
games.
thyself be true.
Yeah.
Because you can't be true to nobody else
And
until you are first truthful to
and we
yourself.
and we have this problem here that is rampant. It is so listen, the worst thing I believe for a woman, not a man,
Hmm. Hmm.
because a man could always find a thing. Man can always find a thing on the street.
Women could always find too.
Yeah, woman can find doggy all the time, but
Hey,
hey,
Abigail.
Abigail. But the worst thing to happen
Hmm.
to a a, a woman is to be with a man
Hmm.
she doesn't love.
Same thing with a man too.
No, no, no.
You
See,
telling me a man can be with a woman who he doesn't love,
yeah,
and
man,
then go out there and find somebody else
a
and fall
man
in love then?
a man who love front. He could play that game till he dead because he love front. Once
Oh,
he
okay.
see most man into front anyhow. That,
Okay.
so once
But a
they
woman is more into
yeah
companionship
because
and
she gonna give all
exchange,
this.
intimacy
She
and all
yeah
that.
she getting all this emotional crap and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how and you know when this and that and she all that ain't even necessary.
From a man's perspective,
All
I
listen,
agree. From a
idiot.
man perspective, I agree.
Right.
From a woman's perspective, that is what keeps her healthy.
Okay, fine.
That's what
But
keeps a woman healthy.
but But if I love you, see, I could say I love you with my mouth. That I mean nothing. I mean a Christ thing. I could say I love you. I could say that to a million women a
Mm-hmm.
million times,
Mm-hmm.
and I could say it even better. I could even get. I could come and bring a rose. I
And
probably,
you could get a million rose,
yeah.
right? Everyone get a
And not only
rose.
that, I get a ring.
Everybody get a ring
Yeah,
too.
and I can put a ring on your finger and still don't love you.
True.
Because because the reason why I men could do that is because men are very perceptive.
Yeah.
They are.
Wow. That's
Men
surprising.
men want something to tell a story.
Oh, well, I know one thing for sure. And, in my conversation with a very close person, um, we talk a lot about relationships. And that is the one thing that I said to them. I said, we as women, we aren't as sharp when it comes to navigating what it is we want.
No.
Men know exactly what they want
Yeah.
and they know how to get it.
Yeah.
So a woman who is battling to get a man, stop.
See, I can marry you.
Stop.
I can marry you.
Because the man ain't gonna do it no matter what you do, because what
Exactly.
he wants is
That's
what
what he's
he's
got.
gonna go
I
after.
I can marry you and put you in the house
Mm-hmm.
and also call you my wife
Mm-hmm.
and also treat you like my wife.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also have my sweetheart around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
call her my wife too.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows she ain't my wife,
Mm-hmm.
but she'll accept it
Mm-hmm.
because she getting treated like my wife. She knows she getting the same service that my wife home in the house.
Mm-hmm.
See,
And some cases they get better.
right. But see, the key is when I marry you
Mm-hmm.
and put you in the house,
Mm-hmm.
what you can do? You can have my children, you
Mm-hmm.
can take care of them, you can keep them, you can educate them, you make sure. So, so, but you don't have me. You have me. See, woman so fool. Woman, let me tell you why woman fool. You only can have me in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I coming
Meaning
home.
you coming home.
Yeah,
And really,
but my life is on someplace
interestingly,
else.
interestingly enough, some women are happy just to have that.
Yeah, the,
Just to have that. But you know
the
why?
husband,
Because it is what the
society.
expectation of society.
Yeah,
She don't have the
the church.
affection. She don't. But she have the house. She have the
Yeah.
children. The children in private school. She driving a good car,
Mm,
and you coming home to sleep in the bed.
mm. But, but, what?
But she knows that somewhere along the line, things ain't the way it used to be. You're not as attentive. You're not as loving and caring as you used to be. You know.
Yeah, but see, you comfortable because you seems that you got the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And once you got the ring, you got the say. That's how you thinking.
Mm-hmm. The power. Yeah.
But the sweetie round the corner getting all the juice. Every
The better part of
she
you.
getting juice on time. She getting juice in the fridge, and she getting juice everywhere. She got the juice. All you get, like I call it, don't say the way you.
What? The core, the
No.
basics. What you get?
The wetness. You ain't got a sting. I call it a sting. But what I'm saying to you, and accepted in society, this is accepted.
But let me ask the
There's too
question.
many. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many people in the Bahamas are happy to have their TV working, air conditioned,
Mm-hmm.
and a house on the. That's they settle for that.
On the hill
Yeah,
or
on
near
the
the
yeah,
beach.
they're happy for that. They're not understanding a house means a man and a woman and his children sharing it. See, the woman has lost their taste so much that see. Let me say this before we end. You got a group of women
Mm-hmm.
who, in the age of 50, 60,
Mm-hmm.
who ain't checking, who just ain't checking.
Okay.
They live in this life of whatever come, I gang with it
Mm-hmm.
because they done
Been there, done
been there,
that.
done that.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do, they most likely to settle for anything. The
The
guy,
barrel say you coming home to sleep, but your heart is somewhere else.
yeah, and my penis just being somewhere soft and coming home soft. Yeah, so anyway, there. But what I'm saying, they are settled for this now because they forgive
Because
you.
it's the social
No,
image.
yeah, but what they saying, well, I can't leave him because all my friends know me and him going. So
Mm,
I can't. I don't want to look stupid in this event
mm,
because my friends don't tell me he wasn't good, but I
mm,
gone and I
mm-hmm.
behind everybody vicious. So
Right.
I got to put up with this dude.
Yeah.
This dude is he don't bring nothing to the house. He got you know he doing something on the outside. He don't even check for the children.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have time for you. He don't take you nowhere because he ain't want nobody see you and him together. So you just settle. And the reason you settle is because you comfort. You comfortable in this zone. He done sell you this whole story.
Or basically, he done anchor
Yeah,
you
because
into a routine
he
and you are accepting of it, but you are miserable.
yeah, but the key is this. Once and let me show you a Bahamian woman, let me tell you the key.
Abigail say pride.
Oh yeah, pride. But let me show you the key of this. I'm gonna give you the key now.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start something, you start to believe it,
Mm-hmm.
then it become reality.
Okay.
So once you start a relationship, and this is where it's going, and once you accept it, and you keep on finding an excuse for this man,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
And so you accept it as norm. You even gonna
But you're
say,
not happy. You're
no, you
uncomfortable. You're
even gonna say out
unhappy. You're
your mouth.
miserable.
You even gonna say out your mouth. This is what you gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Jerry. That's all he do. When he, listen, he come home, he kick up his shame, he don't wash it. He he drink he beer right there and he fall asleep. You accept it. It become every day, so you allow it to happen.
So the man has his freedom,
Yeah.
and the woman is locked in this prison of
And
circumstances.
then the woman hired now. Now I can tell you. And then the woman so hurt
Mm-hmm.
that she go looking for this happiness someplace else.
Mm.
And that's how she get messed up.
Messed up in which way?
Because the man who see her coming,
Mm-hmm.
no, she hiding. He see that. It
Oh,
on her face.
okay.
It says, oh, this one.
Hurt right across the
Yeah,
forehead. Eh?
yeah. Because what she gonna do is gonna give all now to try to make her
But
happiness
you
on the
don't
outside.
think, but then that sounds like she is repeating the same cycle of failure.
She dying for this attention. She can't get it at home. She dying. So the first dude give her that attention and she locked in.
Abigail says she ain't settling no more. Bull caps, no more.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
no more
I,
settling.
I,
That's right.
I be good. You need a beat inside your head. This sometimes this is the only way you get it. You gotta get a lick inside your head. And so what had happened especially in the Bahamas,
Mm-hmm.
society played this role on your brain. That
Mm.
sound weird. They play this role. Oh, you won't be a bad woman. Eh? The minute you start finding you,
Stepping out there,
finding you,
finding, yes,
finding you,
yes.
they start putting you in the basket.
Soaring,
Yeah.
re-establishing
Oh,
and
she bad. Look at
reflapping
she
your
bad.
wings.
She
Yeah.
this, she that.
But
But
the man ain't bad.
but they wasn't in your house when you was catching eternal hell. You tell them get from around you, come from around you, cause you ain't got no time to play. That's what tell them. Because you see what they want. They looking misery like company. So they
Now,
looking for company.
let me ask you this question. Which woman does a man find more attractive? The woman who maintains her independence and freedom, or the one who latches on to him?
I most men tell you they tell you they're looking for a Christian woman. Now they sinners, but everybody looking for somebody good, right?
Yeah, you may be looking for somebody
But
good, but
I can answer your question.
yeah.
So everybody looking for somebody good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
if you
most Christian women are the latchy type.
there you go. That's what I'm telling you. The one that see I could control you. You latch on me.
I hear that. I'm
Yeah,
hearing that. That's why I'm looking and laughing.
you latch on me.
Because
I control you because now you
so
looking
you find so you marry the one that latches on you,
because I can
but
see.
then you go chasing after the one who is free and independent
And
and radiant.
the reason I go running behind the one who independent is that is because the latchy home, or she's a latch. She can't think for herself. I gotta think for her.
Latchy, lackey.
Lucky. I gotta think for her. She waiting for me to move. She waiting for me to buy a car. She waiting. Oh, you
Doesn't that become burdensome
no.
though?
You can imagine this. Check this out. You're well educated,
Educated.
well financially controlled,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but you waiting on me
To
to tell
make
you how
it
to spend
easy.
your money.
Wow.
You waiting on me to vindict you and tell you
So
you look good in a green dress.
that tells you the kind of influence the external have on our thought processes. And we have I go back to where I started. God has given us a well functioning brain and the freedom to choose.
You know what? You just hit a chord. I can't call the place because then people gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
But I went somewhere this way to pick up a check,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
In this clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And all the nurses behind the desk,
Mm-hmm.
all looking the same,
Meaning?
all acting the same, all looking the same. I telling you. I was like stunned. And these nurses, all looking the same. All looking like they waiting on the next one to jump. All stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute I started having the conversation, it was like a chain reaction. Oh no, you need to go here. And the next one wait it's like it's like you say something to me and the
Mm-hmm.
next one follow. No, but he don't need to do this. No, he could go here. And one by one they all butt in,
Mm-hmm.
all having a conversation. And I sitting there thinking, all y'all nations have one brain. One brain.
But that's how we not I'm not speaking as a nurse now.
Because
No, I'm
one
speaking
brain.
as a woman in the Bahamas. It is so unfair, and I think that parents, but when our kids speak out, we have a problem. They say, oh, they disrespect. But we have to encourage freedom of expression, freedom of choice. You only supposed to be able, let me say something. After children get a certain age, they should only be coming to you to ask your opinion on
Yeah.
things, but not you making the decisions for them.
But let me go back to this nice. This thing, this clinic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This clinic. What I gather from this, and it's shocking.
Is
One nurse started to tell me where do I could go. The next nurse saying, no, 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 he don't need to go there. He need to go here.
mm-hmm.
The next nurse said, but if he go there, they can send him right back here. So I thinking, hmm, four nurses had conversation with me,
Mm-hmm.
but I ain't getting nowhere. Because the next one say they can send him right back here.
Mm-hmm. So it might
So
as well go there. So
let me
they're
tell you what I learned from it.
based on
Let me
experience.
tell you what I learned from
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I was a deep thinker, so everybody got to understand where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it's only a power struggle. This one
Oh,
want to say
want to be
she,
right.
it's
Mm.
a power struggle, and I say, but hold on. So I hear now. So I might just, because I go into this long conversation with 4 year old, but I end up here,
Mm-hmm.
and then the person in charge wasn't a nice. She came out and she say, well, if you make an appointment, it'll cost you $200.
Mm.
So it seems like they wasn't interested in what I was about. They was interested in the money. This one administrator.
Administrator.
Yeah.
That's what administration is
They only
about.
care about the money.
Right.
And so
That's their role.
I would say this. It is amazing what a woman will do to a woman.
Well, that's a topic for another occasion.
Because I was talking to one woman
Mm-hmm.
that could have stayed right there with that one woman.
Mm-hmm.
It was to dominate and trying to dominate. This one know better than that one, and
Mm-hmm.
that one know the best. And so they were trying. There's all this competition going on, and that is where woman has the problem. I sussed this out. Woman don't really like women,
You always say that.
and what I discovered in these relationships, a woman want a woman die in a relationship. They don't want to help you. They want you to die in a.
Because again, we have this belief that there's a shortage of man. And so we have to outshine each other to get the best
You said it.
cash.
You said it. And so,
So that freedom in
so,
thought
so,
processes
yeah.
and everything
So,
is still
so,
is still just
so,
say
okay.
something you said earlier. She said you right, my brother.
All right, Beryl,
No, that was my Abigail.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, Abigail. So, what I'm saying to you in relationship,
Hmm.
we got to try help these women from dying in this relationship. Men are having a good time. Men are drinking rum, going to
Basically,
softball, doing what
yes.
they want to do. Men having babies in these marriages. Men having fun.
Mm.
So you stupid woman, I can say it just like you all bunch of stupid woman. Gotta get it right.
Yeah.
You got you cannot
Maintain your
you
freedom, maintain your freedom of thinking, your freedom of mobility, your freedom of choice.
in these marriages and in these relationships. You pick up your girlfriend on Saturday and y'all go to the mall and go shopping together and y'all go to the food store. Continue doing these same things. Don't let no man take you away from your friends and
Mm-hmm.
your relationship with your good mother and brother and there's nothing wrong with a woman having a good friend. Is something wrong with a woman sleeping with a friend. That's a totally different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing wrong with you having a good
Men or
friend.
women,
Yeah.
men or women.
And nothing wrong with you to be, go and say it.
So Abigail said that they, as you were saying, when you say that's true, she said women like to compete and don't support each other,
Don't
whether it's
support each other.
good or bad.
And that's a problem. And so
Yeah, our
we we
time.
we gotta go. Our time is gone. But this relationship in the Bahamas is becoming a problem. And we want people to live, me and Melanie want people to live good, happy, healthy relationships. And the only way we can have to do this healthy relationship is where we have to now help people, help one another. Where you sit, where you at, try to help the young people to be have good, reductive, productive life.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
Mm-hmm.
many young people
Yeah, show
early
them
in
the
the
way,
game,
show them the way, teach
early in the
them the
game
way.
struggling in relationship.
Pull them aside. And you know what? I learned something in a recent
Mm,
online course that I did.
mm,
And it's relating to others, especially in social media. And it said instead of calling people out, call them in.
yeah.
And instead of calling the young people out, instead of calling the other women and even your partner out, call them in
Yeah.
and have a one-on-one. And don't go, we have a tendency to be very judgmental and condemning. Let's go with an inquisitive mind, go with curiosity and find out where that person is. Something else that I learned is that people are naturally kind. So if someone is being unkind, consider that unkind act a cry for help.
And let me say this. It might be a joke to you, but it's true. Bahamians have a way, other than anybody else in the world. Now let me give you this. China have millions of people.
Hmm. Hmm.
India, millions
Millions.
of people.
Hmm.
The Philippines, millions of people.
Millions.
Only in the Bahamas we don't grow, you know. You know why? I can tell you, you laugh at this. Because them countries, the Asian countries now, they make love all the time. That's why they have a
We
bunch of
busy.
children.
We busy making
We
enemies.
we
Eh?
busy rowing and fighting. So if you got these partners, go make love, enjoy yourself, have fun. I say go make baby, but enjoy. See, sex is a beautiful thing.
Hmm.
And Bahamian woman have a hang up with sex. That's why man like Haitian and Filipinos and Jamaicans, because Bahamian woman believe that they're supposed to go to God with this. This is supposed to be shared. And that's why most of y'all having issues in your relationship.
Yeah.
Share this. Give this up. This this what the man come for. This what
But
he
basically,
love.
that's what life is about.
Right.
Love,
Do it in
love,
do it
love.
your way. Do it in kind. You like that word in kind? Do it in love. Do it in kind. Do it in love. And listen,
Yes.
this
Pay it forward.
this thing y'all holding on are creating a monster in this relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get up and rolling. Ain't nothing like finding a man who could make love to you the way you want to make love to you. You know what I mean? There's too much time. We don't talk about love in church no more. We don't talk about sex
So
no
sound
more.
like we need to do next week. Talk about do more and talk less.
Do more, do more.
Do
And and
more and
and
talk
and like I
less.
say, use the Philippines, the
The
Indians, the
Haitians,
Haitians. They
Africans, everybody except Bahamians. We
they having fun. They enjoying life.
yeah, we take
Bahamian,
the Bible too seriously.
yeah.
Eh?
There you go. We stuck up. We stuck up.
Even in
I talking
marriages.
about marriages.
Even in
That's
marriages,
why talking
yes.
about. That's why some of these marriages are all on the rock because
Hmm.
these women and men, woman and man, I ain't saying that
Yeah.
one wouldn't go home and make love to you. You got time to go there looking for young gals to jump on top, and you got your wife home and telling me, but my wife with open legs. There might be a reason why,
Yeah. Find out the reason. Have a
but
talk.
woman, if you're doing it, y'all need to change that. Change that. And don't tell me about you finished.
Improve the
Y'all
relationship.
ain't y'all 15, 16, you can't be finished.
Too
Get on the
young.
road.
Too young, eh?
And Abigail,
Anyhow,
let me see what
ladies
Abigail
and
say. What she
gentlemen,
say?
she laughing herself.
Abigail, you have a good day and
Yes.
enjoy. We gotta go. I sure have to
Thank
come
you,
in. Thank you for listening.
everyone for tuning in.
And
Beryl, it was good to see you. It was good to see you, Audrey and Abigail, and all of our silent viewers. Thank you for continuing to follow and share
enjoy
because
it.
a lot of sharing is going on
Because
with your friends, and we appreciate that. But we'd like for you to continue to like our page,
and
and encourage others to like it as well.
and
Those who,
sharing and caring is what to be.
yes,
Sharing and caring.
yes,
And stop holding back. Give it up.
yep. So
Anyway,
next week,
next week the same
same
time.
time,
Love you all. Abigail,
continue to
Beryl,
stay safe, continue to
Bunny,
love yourself, and take care of your health
Beryl, I see that big.
and boost
I
that relationship.
Abigail,
Abigail,
I see
send
that
that
big heart.
heart.
I love you. I love you too, Abigail, from my heart to yours.
Take care now.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Have a good one.